Trying to go to college, the hardest problem was income. It scared me. That was actually the biggest reason why I didn't want to go to college.
What does it really take to go to college? And then I started looking at, costs and living and everything else, and I thought, well, I can't do that. That's too much money. My family doesn't have that kind of money.
Well, I mean, my parents didn't graduate high school. My dad, he works in a warehouse. He loads trucks, unloads trucks. And my mom is a waitress at a diner.
Having immigrant parents and being raised where I was definitely had an influence because, most of the people I know around my neighborhood don't go to college.
I was rushing. I was running all the time. I was going to bed at 2 in the morning trying to get my work ready. Working and going to school is extremely difficult because school is a full-time job.
I was second in my class, but at the same time, only 100 out of 200 kids graduated, So I would say we're cheated out of a good education.
Well, I was in the top of my class in high school and everything, and then I got to college, and I was in shock because I wasn't used to the amount of reading, and I consider myself a good writer, but my professors were like, no.
Now that I reflect on it, I was definitely not ready to hit college after high school. They didn't train me or prepare me well enough, I thought. I didn't read one book in high school, not one.
You have to read a book in a week. You have to write a paper that's over 10 pages. I was like, I could hardly write a paragraph. I can't write this for next week. So that was very scary. I set myself that in my mind that it was part of the challenge. It was part of being in college. If I have to read this book by next week, I'll burn my eyelashes. I'll read.
Think about, any kind of life other than the one that you have. If you're not happy with the one that you have, or, if you feel like there's something more, just think about what else there could be.
I know I'm just as good as anybody else in the college. It makes you feel like you're not just this little person in college. It makes you feel like you're someone and you're gonna be someone in the world.
I look back on it and I was like, wow, I have it in myself not to feel like anything can hold me back anymore. I have it in myself not to take challenges and not to run away from them. So when times I felt like I started to question why I was here or I shouldn't be here, I was like, no, I worked my behind off to get here. I deserve to be here, and I worked very hard to stay here. So anything else that's outside of that bubble, I could care less. Regardless if I'm the only black student, the only student in there, if half the class is Asian and I'm still the only black student, I don't care. I worked my behind off to be here. I'm gonna graduate from here, and I deserve it. Bottom line. Next question. Yeah, that was a little, next question. Go ahead.